Okay, here we go, World of Tanks, and I am driving my T29 here on the Serene Coast, and it's it's a pretty good matchmaking for the tank, and as you can also see, XVM really likes her chances here. So anyway, I'm looking at the team lineup, looking at the mini map, and I'm thinking, all right, you know what? I am going to go to the west side of the map. I know there's that rock I can get hull down behind if I need to. And if things don't work out that way, then I can turn around, flex back to the base, or I can push. So I take a look at the folks that are coming with me, and in front of me I got the VK3002, and I've got the Panther M10, a couple of Tier 7 mediums there. I've also got the Skoda T29, an M4, and a KV2 behind me. So, point your gun in the direction you think the enemy might show up. So I do that, nothing shows up, so I go ahead and start navigating around the rock up here. And I was thinking about stopping here, but I've got so many mediums with me, and they're pushing, so at this point I'm thinking, alright, you know what? Let's push with these mediums. So, come popping up, and T1 Heavy is doing something foolish. So I line my shot up, get a good hit into him. Ooh, and I take a hit from something, not sure what, and okay, let's get off of here, and I take another hit. So I've taken a couple of, I've lost about 250 health that I probably didn't need to lose at that point, although I came out a hit on the exchange, certainly could have done better. So, anyway, come over here, and of course the T29 is strongest when hull down, so let's get hull down and work over this enemy T29. So I've got extra support coming through with me, the mediums, but we just lost our M10, the Panther M10 just lost the Churchill, but I do get another shot into the T29. And now I'm waiting to see, well, waiting for my tank to reload. Might as well put a blind shot out there because you never know, might get lucky and get the hit. So, looking for a shot on the KV1, I get spotted and put a nice hit into him. But anyway, I'm looking around and I'm thinking, let's see, what's the plan? What's the plan? What's the plan? All right, you know what? Got a KV1 down in front of me, easily one-shottable. T29 down in front of me, maybe one-shottable. And I think there's an E25 out there as well. So let's go ahead and push. I do have some backup from the hill behind me. I've got the Skoda and the VK back there behind me, but on the other hand, we are losing. We're down 5 tanks to 2, so I'm looking for shots on whatever I can get shots on. I can't get a shot on the Stug, so I start lining up one on this KV1, but you know what? Only let one enemy shoot at you at a time, and when the T29 popped up, I prioritized him, and as you saw, the shot just went right into the dirt. If I'd given it another second or so to aim, might have been okay. Oh! Yeah, 682 damage from a heat round. That had to have been the M44 lining up on me. Alright, bounce another shot. Put one into the E25. Now, the E25 is a dangerous little target. I don't want to deal with him any more than I absolutely have to, so I go ahead and take him. No damage from a heat round, so I'm guessing I bounced one from the artillery there. Line up on the SU-85, kill him, so give my M5 Stewart a little breathing room. Okay, T29 is a one-shot. Let's finish him off. He's got the most dangerous gun, except he backs off. Okay, probably a good idea on his part. So, still working this corner. I gotta stay hull down. I gotta bounce as many shots as I can. Line up on the T29, finish him off. Okay, M7 there to my left. Do not have a shot on him. He doesn't have a shot on me, and now he's down to one-shottable status for whoever can get a shot in on him. So I need to do something with this KV1 here, except now he's gone. All right, so backing up, trying to look for a shot on something. There's the M7, and he's out there running around. Oh, okay, KV1 came back. All right, I'll try to work this guy over. Bang, right into his gun mantlet. Okay. Tiger takes a shot at me, and I bounce that one from him. Come on. Nope, he just gets away. KV-85 gets away. All right, fine. Go back to the KV-1. finish him off, back up a little bit so I don't take a hit from the Hellcat. So now, if the Hellcat has got the top gun, he could get a very, very high roll and finish me off, but I don't think he does. And artillery misses. But now I'm thinking, all right, now you can't see it, but I did have a shot on the M7 there. And now I'm looking back at that KV-5, and he's flanking around. Oh, okay, the M7 is going to make a run for it, and I should reload just in time. Okay. And boom. And a double boom, actually, because the M7 comes into chat. Aimbot, T29 reported. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. Go ahead. And just that. Replay will be posted shortly. Whenever somebody accuses me of cheating, the very first thing I do is I post the replay. I send them a link to it. And you know what? They can make up their own decision, make up their own mind from there. So. So, yeah. So anyway, at this point, the teams are about even, but as you can see, our eastern flank just collapsed, and now our western flank, we've got heavies, full health enemy heavies versus, well, mediums, and we're just not, they're just not going to be able to stand, especially if they're doing stuff like that, trying to trade shots with the Tiger and things like that. So, so anyway, our artillery goes down, our Skoda went down, so yeah. So I go out to just take a look, see what's going on out there. So our Stug is alive, but he's not going to be for long. And the M4 is just looking for, well, pretty much anything that he can get at this point. So he backs up, gets a shot. Let's see what he's shooting at here. Shooting at the Tiger. Yeah, they're plinking him, but just not doing enough damage. Not going to get enough damage done. And like I said, I was thinking maybe they could pull that one back, but as soon as we lost those 3 tanks to the 2, I mean, these 2 could stick together, but they would have to get, given their health, I mean, they don't even have the health of the Tiger. Given their health, they would have to be extremely lucky to pull off a victory here. And the M4 drives right out in front of the Tiger. And the M7 says post that replay because he wants to see how I hit him behind the rock. So, and the Stug's not going to be long. Oh, gets a shot, but nope, that's it. So with that, let's take a look at the post-game stats. Actually, given that it was a defeat, not bad. Almost 30,000, well, 30,000 raw credits and 1,100 base experience. Picked up a high caliber Fire for Effect fighter and a first class mastery badge. As you can see, did a lot of damage to the bad guys. Even did some a little bit of spotting damage as well. So anyway, with that, we'll take a look at the scores here. No surprise, top of the team. Fire for Effect, yeah. Our VK did fairly well. He picked up 3 kills. Overall, not too shabby. Our Skoda did what he could, but it really was the folks on the east side of the map that kind of let us down. I think our Tiger didn't do any damage. Our AT2. Tough matchmaking for the AT2, but if he plays it well, you know, he can get in there and he can take cheap shots, but just didn't work out. And the KV2, on the other hand, you know, you'd expect at least a hit from him, but he didn't get anything. This is the Panzer IV-H. No, he didn't get anything. Now, the enemy team, enemy T67, he did an excellent job. 2,100 damage, and this is remember that's tier 5 TD, 1,300 base experience. So I hope that was his ×2 for the day. If it was, go see if he posted that replay. Go check it out from his side. But yeah, he did a great job. The M7 who got kind of salty, he didn't have a bad game either. Although he picked up a lot of his experience for spotting damage, but you know, you're still contributing. And the enemy KV1, enemy Tiger, everybody, top half of their team did a good job, and even their Panther M10 did a pretty good job. So, detailed report: fired 16 shots, 13 hits, 12 penetrations. Only bounce I had, I think, was off the front of that KV1. Only about 400 spotting damage, blocked 2,200 damage. Really, what killed me there was the artillery. I mean, he got 2 good hits on me, and that was the difference. That's what did for me. But like I said, 30,000 base credits. I still made a 10,000 credit profit. So let's keep going, shall we? So it's said that you can do an AAR, an after action review, especially if you have something bad happen and you can figure out, how can you do it better next time. So I think that's what I'm going to do here, is just take a look and see if there was some way I could have made things go differently for me. And I think the first most obvious thing is what's about to happen here. As I come around here, like I said, I think about stopping for just a moment. But again, looking at what my team is doing, I'm better off supporting them going around this flank. However, I stop here and I line up a shot on the T1, which is over there, and then I take a hit. And I should have just gotten out of dodge at that point. I should not have stuck around to take that hit. Now, I thought this little area or this engagement right here was done as best as I could do it. I've got the T29 in my sights. I'm working on him. I've got the KV1 in my sights. I'm working on him. So even though I'm down 250 hit points that I don't need to be down, at this point, like I said, I'm doing what a T29 is supposed to do. I'm hull down, putting my gun to work. I do need to worry. At this point, I'm thinking I do need to worry a little bit about artillery, but at the same time, I'm thinking, you know what? I need to get up. I need to get in their faces, and I need to get some targets lit, and I need to get those guns out of the game. So, charge. So I pop up here, and again, it's target prioritization. What's the most dangerous target? So I'm looking at the T29. And that's when I take the heat round from the artillery. And at that point, I knew artillery's looking at me. The problem is, at this point, I can't disengage, because if I turn around to run, I'm just going to end up with these guys coming over the hill and shooting at me. They do not want to come over and shoot at me, and I don't blame them a bit. But again, and I bounced the heat round. I got lucky there. I will freely admit that. I turned to fight at the SU-85 because, again, I'm just trying to get guns out of the game at this point. And that T-29, he's a dangerous target. Okay, no. All right, again, if you can't take out the gun you want to take out, dodge the heat round there again, and I got to work these guys over as quickly as I can. So I finish off the T-29. I've still got the KV-1 in front of me, but now I'm just trying to figure out what I should shoot at. And right here, not this shot, but here's where I made my mistake. I killed the KV-1 and I pulled back, and I'm looking for shots on anything else. When you're surrounded like this, and I am surrounded at this point, well, there's a couple things you have to do. First, you have to take whatever guns out of the games you can take out of the game, and that's why I fired at the M7. But in retrospect, okay, even though taking the M7 out ended up being a good decision, I think I should have rushed the Hellcat and maybe tried to get Artie safe. So, yeah. So, yeah, that's what, I guess that's the lesson learned for this one. Yeah, Hellcat was a one-shot, the M7 was a one-shot, and really it was a toss-up at the time. And I was thinking, let's take the target of opportunity, I'm lined up on the target I don't have to chase down. And then right after I did that, I decided, you know what, we'll go after the Hellcat, and we'll see what happens. well, like I said, at that point, artillery was all over me. So, yeah. But so anyway, hope you enjoyed the replay. Hope you enjoyed the salt, and and I hope you enjoyed the commentary. So, let me know what you think. Talk to you later. Bye.